Robert Roberson's legal team is pushing back after Attorney General Ken Paxton criticized lawmakers defending the death row inmate. Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says the bipartisan group of House members is lying about details in the case. Fox 4's Stephen Dial live with the latest. Stephen?
Blake, this has just been a back and forth for a number of days, and the Democrat chair of that committee that Ken Paxton is criticizing, they're pushing back, saying that Paxton is exaggerating and being misleading.
There's been yet another shakeup in the Robert Roberson death row case. Wednesday, Attorney General Ken Paxton called out the leaders of the House committee who fought to block Roberson's execution by calling him to testify. Roberson received a death sentence for the murder of his 2-year-old daughter, Nikki Curtis, in 2002. Paxton said Plano Republican Representative Jeff Leach and Democrat Chair Representative Joe Moody are lying about the details of the case.
But we didn't issue the subpoena to create a constitutional crisis, and we aren't interested in escalating a division between branches of government.
This rare move by the committee to subpoena Roberson led to a pause in his execution. The Texas Supreme Court sided with the lawmakers. In response, Paxton released the original autopsy report that cited bruising on the child's chin, face, and ears. The document also says that her skull was bruised and mushy. North Texas Republican Representative Brian Harrison is on the committee. He supports the death penalty, but says the case needs to be looked at again.
Every medical witness that we heard from testified that no crime occurred. The lead detective in the case, the man who's largely responsible for putting Mr. Roberson on death row, has testified that he believes he is completely innocent and that no crime occurred.
Paxton said the medical examiner at the time testified during the trial that the child's head had been repeatedly struck, saying it was trauma beyond being violently shaken. Roberson's attorneys countered that by saying the evidence has always pointed to the child suffering a fall and that no one testified that Nikki suffered bruising all over her body. The attorneys also said that the state's case pointed to shaken baby syndrome, a diagnosis that was discredited as junk science in other similar cases. Roberson was scheduled to testify before the committee on Monday, but that was put on hold. The hearing did include other participants from the trial who said he should not have been convicted for the child's death. Terry Compton was one of the jurors in the case.
Everything that was presented to us was all about shaken baby syndrome. That is what our decision was based on. Nothing else was ever mentioned or presented to us to consider.
I reached out to the Democrat chair, Joe Moody, and the Republican from Plano, Jeff Leach, to see if they had any additional response today. I've not heard back.